Hey, everybody, welcome to a Dirty Thursday on Grand Forks Best Source, brought to you by River City Speedway. All right, I'm texting with Chad Hoff, the other half of the Bull Ring Boys. Should be going on here. Do you need this picture? All right, today's show, by the way, brought to you. Dustin Strand is on the show today. Today's show brought to you by Northwest Tire in Grand Forks, who is looking to hire some people. You know, if you're not afraid to show up for work on time and work hard, it might be a great job for you. No prior work experience is necessary. Northwest Tire, they'll train the right people. Great benefits, PTO, health insurance, 401k, and all that stuff. Pay does depend on experience. Stop into Northwest Tire on Gateway Drive to find out more, or you can call Chad, 701-780-8473, or apply online at nwtire.com. I'm going to try to pull up a picture here of Chad. He's in a conference call right now. It's a pretty funny picture. Hey, if you have any questions for anybody here or Dustin Strand, all of us, feel free to call or text. Our number is 701-213-0863. Man, I'm out of sorts. I just realized I don't have track schedules yet. We're going to come up to that here in a minute. Before we get too much further into the show, time now for our daily segment called Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Here we go, Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. So I was driving down the road when a cop pulled me over. All right, pulled me over, and he asked, you drinking? I said, you buying? That was the wrong answer. What'd you think of that one, Paul?
That was good.
All right, what do we do here? We got to show you this picture. I just texted Chad Hoff. And I said, you coming or what? And see if we can get this up here. This is funny. Trying to let us know he's in a conference call. Look at all that shininess up there. I couldn't tell if that was the light or his head. There we go. All right. Dustin, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
All the kids and the wife and the family.
Everybody's good. Little one's been sick the last couple days, but hopefully we'll get over that. And
Good.
Other than that, good.
Yeah, typical for what, 9 months old, 10, something like that?
Yeah, he's 9 months. Yeah,
Like we were talking earlier, you start cutting a tooth, you get a fever, and is that issues with daycare for you? Kids got a fever, you got to send them home now. Has that happened to you?
Well, yeah, we have had that issue in the past. We're actually at a new daycare now. We'll see how things transpire, but yeah, that's a daycare deal's kind of a racket too. I mean,
it is a very good money-making racket, I might add. That's funny. They send your kid home because he's got a fever because he's cutting a tooth, but does that mean you don't have to pay?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. It's like, okay, Dustin Strand, build me a race car, but no, you don't have to build me a race car, but I'm still going to charge you. It makes no sense. I'm going to throw this in here first because I forgot to even write it down, but let's go over some schedules. Norman County Raceway in Ada, that is tonight, IMCA Hobby Stock Special. Back to school night. I hate hearing that, back to school. IMCA Mods, IMCA Sprint Cars, buses, weekly classes, no INX Legends. Brought to you tonight by CDEX, Wysan. Tomorrow night, River City Speedway, Premier Racing Series, and you will be there with the A-Mod. I love it when the A-Mods come in. We had Tyler Peterson on last week, the one TPO, and he said, if Brad Sang's listening, make sure you give him this message. I'd love to have A-Mods there every Friday night. I kind of agreed with him. Let's see, coming up here, Devil's Lake on Saturday, Professional Dirt Series and Trophy Class Racing. That starts at 7 o'clock. What do we got here? This is Greenbush. NLRA late models. You heading up to Greenbush this weekend?
Yeah, we're going to go up to Greenbush Saturday, yeah.
All right. Baker Cup. Oh, Elliot Baker was a good friend of mine way back in the day. I used to work on A-Mods, actually, with Brian Wild, and we used to race against Elliot. Great friend of mine. Mods, Midwest Mods, Streets, so possibly doing double duty?
Yeah, we'll see how Friday goes if we got anything left.
All right, if you got anything left.
Yeah.
Buffalo River Speedway on Sunday. Let's see here, Military and First Responder Night. IMCA Hobby Stock, Short Trackers, INX Legends, Minn Kota Lightning Sprints. Oh, the NOSA Sprint Cars are going to be at Buffalo River on Sunday. So there you go, local tracks and schedules. Man, I tell you what, you could spend the whole weekend. Some people go to the lake. Some people go to the racetracks, and you could go to all of these. All right. Here's kind of how I wanted to start this with you. I heard you absolutely love camping.
Oh, camping is my favorite. You know, the idea of camping's good, but after about 3 hours into the camping ordeal, that's enough for me.
Now, I heard this through the grapevine. That I was told by somebody that you love camping so much. In fact, they sent me a picture. Let's see if we can get this picture up. We need to blow that bad boy up. Ooh, thank goodness for that umbrella. Explain this picture, if you would.
Well, that was my first camping outing. So parked the camper, left the awning out, and about 2 a.m, the camper's just a rocking back and forth. And oh shit, I left the awning out. So I'm out there in my underwear in a downpour. It's like a tornado out there. Trying to get this damn awning down, and yeah, that is a nice picture.
So people walking by, and there's Dustin Strand out in his underwear. Did you have to do any hiding from people or anything?
Not at that point because it was storming, but I have had one of those issues too. One night we were camping, and of course the way our campers were parked before, we were facing our neighbor, so our front doors were. So it was about 2 a.m. I had to go take a leak. Well, I hate using the bathroom in the camper because I'm the one that's got to dump it.
Yep.
And so I never do. Well, so I'm outside and standing in my underwear, hiding behind my camper, and I hear some people coming down the road. Well, here it's my neighbors. They're having a party out on the deck. So then I'm trying to sneak in. As I come around the corner, I hit the corner of my camper. Oh, hey, neighbor. There I am in my underwear.
Oh, that's just Strand. Don't worry about it.
I get caught in my underwear a lot camping.
And thank you to the anonymous person that sent me that picture. I think you probably figure out who it was. Now, we had you on at the beginning of the year. You were talking about you had a pretty bad wreck last year in the A-Mod. We're going to show that here coming up, too. But I know you had built a brand new A-Mod. We got to see the unveiling of it at the Home of Economy Racer Showcase. What a pretty looking car. But things kind of can get skewed up during the season. Probably haven't got to race the A-Mod as much as you'd like to, or how's that going for you?
Yeah, we really haven't raced a lot in general this summer. We've kind of just been racing weekly at Grand Forks and going when we can. And we kind of had plans to race a little more, but it just hasn't worked out. The first part of the year, I was so backed up in the shop, I didn't have time to work on my own stuff. And I don't know, just kind of been more of a chill summer, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I just got a text. You're supposed to look at your phone. So I don't know what that's all about, but she said,
okay.
Can you have him look at his phone? It's not any more good pictures, is it?
No more pictures.
Now, with the A-Mod, is there a big difference in driving the A-Mod compared to your late model? Because, you know, people that are the big Dustin Strand fans know that you run both cars, but a lot of people just think that you run the late model. But is there a big difference? Because when we were talking to Tyler Peterson last week, he had said that they're so completely different. He didn't know if he'd be able to do it, but we see guys do it all the time. You're one of them. Is there a huge difference between the cars?
Yes and no. I mean, the late models are definitely a lot more hooked up. You got lot more rubber on the ground, you know, and really the cars, like we build our own cars, and the late model and modified is built right on the same jig. I mean, everything from the motor plate back's identical in late model and modified, and they look so different because the body's bigger and whatever. But really, the only difference, I mean, the front end on a late model is full tubular manufactured piece. Where on a modified, you got to run a stock front clip. And but they do drive a little different. I mean, they both have their moments. On a really hooked up fast racetrack, the late model probably you got to hang on to it a little more just because you're that much more hooked up and going faster. But I don't know. They both have their moments. I like racing them both, I guess. But it does kind of screw a guy up having both at the track on the same night.
Sure.
Just because you get a little different feeling. And but we've kind of been. That's what we've been striving to do the last few years, to get that A-Mod to drive like the late model, you know. And but
is it a lot more work? I mean, I know it's there's times when you come in from a heat race, and all of a sudden you've got to jump in a different car. Does it put a lot more stress on you on race night?
Yeah, it does. I really honestly don't like racing both cars the same night, and both cars kind of struggle in my opinion. Maybe one thing, if you had 4 guys on each car getting stuff ready, grinding tires, and filling the fuel. I mean, I got the guys that help me do an awesome job, but it's a lot of work keeping
Gets
one
spread a little
going.
thin.
And it seems like basically all you're doing is getting the cars to the track. So you got to prepare a little more during the week so everything's ready ahead of time. And hopefully the driver doesn't pile it up in the heat race, so you got more wreck.
Yeah, more work to do. Now, you mentioned the differences between A-mods and late models, and you talk about stock front clips. Now, people that don't know any better, how do you get these front clips, and is there a chassis or a frame that you prefer to use? And another question is, how do you find them?
Well, it used to be that, you had to go to the junkyard and find a car. And it's kind of been, now the industry standard for most is they're using a Chevelle front clip. It'd be a 68 to 72 Chevelle.
Okay.
And but now, and of course, there wasn't that many Chevelles out there.
No.
And all them got used up, and there was a couple companies doing aftermarket ones, and now there's a couple different aftermarket clips you can buy. So it's a stamping of
just a copy, basically.
Yeah, stock dimensions. But so it comes in a box. It's about 10 pieces.
Oh, sure.
And that kind of sucks too, because that's a big expense to the car. I mean, just that front clip to my door in a box is dang near $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got a full day of assembling and welding, So I mean, it's that's a lot of added cost to the car. I kind of wish they'd go away from that and let us run a tubular front clip like a late model, and maybe have to use stock bolt-ons, whatever. But regardless, that's what we got.
So if they did go to like a tubular front clip, is that something that you are capable of building on your own in the shop?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we build our late models. That's all tubular front end on that, yeah.
Okay. Because, I used to run demo derbies before I got into the racing thing, and you'd be able to go. I remember I bought my first demo car from a guy in a bar, and I paid $26 for it, and I drove it home from the bar. He was broke. It was perfect timing for me. But now, when the price of metal and everything went up, and steel, all of a sudden, all these guys were taking all these cars in, and they were crushing them. And now, pretty soon, all you got for demo derbies are front-wheel drive cars and everything. But, it was kind of like the old Dukes of Hazzard. How many of those Torinos are going to be left in the world, because they've trashed 1,000 of them? But you start to run out of parts, especially Chevelle parts, and I could see how that could be an issue. Now, was it Ada last year, the A-Mod?
Yep.
We're going to show a clip, and this is why you built this new A-Mod, because I don't know if there was anything salvageable on that car, but this was from Ada last year. And we're going to talk a little bit more about it here right after we see this picture.
Oh, the picture or the video?
The video. Sorry about that. And we can see him in the background. There he goes. Look at that. Over the fence. That one had to sting a little bit.
Yeah, that was a pretty scary deal.
Was there anything left of the car?
Well, I tell you, I got that frame. We stripped it down. I got it out behind my shop on top of the building out back. That car we raced that car for about 5 years, and so that's our shrine now out back. But
Sure.
it actually, just by looking at it, doesn't look that bad. But it was bent in a few places that definitely wouldn't want to be in it to take that ride again. So I mean, everything held up the way it was supposed to. I mean, the cage and whatever, but. Yeah, it wasn't raceable again.
Now, are those one of those deals where you're glad you built that car?
Yeah, for sure.
Because you know what goes into it.
Right.
Now, what caused the wreck?
It was just kind of a freak deal. It was right on the start, and I don't know, the guy below me come up the track, and we jumped tires, and I don't know, got the car up in the air. And
is that the first time that's happened to you?
I've tipped one over before, but not like that. I mean, basically just tipped it over,
Was the missus at the track that night?
No, she wasn't, thankfully.
I bet you the phone started ringing real quick, though, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, she was getting messages, is he okay? Is he okay? And she didn't know anything had happened. So then she was worried. And
Sure. We're going to be talking more with Dustin Strand here on a Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway in just a minute. Right now, I want to talk about Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Life is so busy. Nothing ever slows down. Everything needs to be done right now. just like an oil change. Tell you what, stop into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Most of their oil changes are done within about 15 minutes. They also do more than that. They do tranny and coolant flushes, tire rotations, and batteries. When you go in to get the oil change, they're going to top off your fluids, check your tires, your battery, lights, wipers, a cabin air filter. If you're a fleet owner, you'll get a discount. If you're in the military, you will get a discount for that too. They can text and email invoices and coupons. Mention Grand Forks Best Source to give you $10 off your oil change. They are open Monday through Saturday, no appointment needed. They'll pick up and deliver if you live in Grand Forks. Another great deal. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, complete oil change and more, 3325 South 38th Street, or you can call them at 701-780-8462. Make sure you tell them that Grand Forks Best Source sent you. And on that note, I also want to talk about another thing coming up here. Now, we did this last year. The Mayor's Back the Badge Ride is back for its second year, and that is coming up August 24th from 4:30 to 9 o'clock. Mayor Brandon Bochenski excited to invite UTV, ATV, motorcyclists, and even golf cart enthusiasts together to enjoy a family-friendly recreation within Grand Forks city limits. Now, this is all to support Grand Forks Police Department, Grand Forks Sheriffs, and the University Police Department. As part of the festivities this year, they're going to bring in the zero-gravity outreach. It's a motorbike and quad aerial display. This should be really cool. Now, this is a great chance for you to show off your support for these brave men and women who dedicate themselves each day to protecting our community. The schedule of events will be coming up soon. Mayor's Back the Badge Ride, August 24th. If you want to register, just go to mayorsbackthebadgeride.com. Mayor Bochenski doing some other great stuff here in Grand Forks. And we got him here on a Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway, A-Mod, and late model driver Dustin Strand. I want to backpedal just a little bit. The late model program this year, how would you grade yourself? How's it going for you?
Actually, we've been having a pretty good year. We've had a couple off nights, but for the most part, things have been going pretty good.
Schedule for this weekend. You're going to have a busy weekend, aren't you?
Yeah, if everything goes as planned, we're going to plan to race both cars Friday and Saturday, so it'll be a busy weekend.
Now, do you bring extra crew with you when you're doing double duty like this?
Well, just my normal guys, my dad, Nate, and Timmy will be there, and so yeah, you got to have. If everybody wasn't able to go, I wasn't going to race both cars, but sounds like everybody's able to go. So
no, does the old man still get an inkling to get in the car once in a while?
Yes and no. I think he'd like to, but I don't know.
You ever try to? Do you ask him if he wants to, or do you wait for him to say something to you?
Actually, a few times I have. I told him he was driving next weekend, but he hasn't crawled in the seat yet.
Yeah, yeah. To me, I would have such a hard time. I don't know how you guys can do this, whether it's your dad or not. But yeah, go ahead, race my brand new race car. I would have such a hard time with that. Does that bother you?
Oh, not really. I guess for years I was driving his race car.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. See, and I've said this before, I've had a chance to hot lap numerous types of race cars, but I'm the kind of guy, I'm a firm believer of Murphy's Law, and if something wrong is going to happen, it's going to be when I'm in that seat. Yeah. And, something breaks or something and you destroy a car, what the hell would I do?
Right.
What do you tell? What do you say to somebody? I just destroyed your race car, man. Sorry. I could pay you back over about 25 years.
Loaning out your race car is almost like loaning out your girlfriend. I mean, you probably just you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
that's probably not something somebody's just going to say, can I borrow your race car? It ain't going to happen.
No. Every once in a while you do see this, and that's what I like about the whole racing families out there. You will see a guy, maybe something happens, you broke, or before you know it, you might have somebody else's motor in. You might have somebody else's parts in. There are guys that say, yeah, take my backup car, go ahead. But it's really amazing how that works, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Everybody kind of, you help each other out the best you can until you start getting beat, by them. But, new and upcomers, a couple of rookies out there again this year now with the late models. Brad Sang's kid is out there now. Do you give advice to these people if they ask you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, if somebody comes to me and I try to help them if I can.
Mm-hmm. Are there people that come up and try to spy on your setups and everything? Because you guys, you really don't cover much up in your car. You see some guys, they'll cover everything up. Tires, they'll have a blanket over half the car. We don't want anybody to see what we're doing. But is there really that much that you can change on these dirt cars where you don't want people to see them?
Well, I mean, the way the rules are now are pretty standardized. Everybody's got the same. I mean, maybe the mounting locations are different. And really, there's not a lot of anybody's going to learn by just walking by and looking at your race car. A lot of that covering stuff up is just mind games and whatever, But
well, I want to go back to NASCAR. A couple of cars got disqualified a week ago at Indianapolis on the road course. First time that's happened in NASCAR in a long time. But it's always kind of been a deal with racing. The rules were meant to be broken or bent. Is it even like that anymore? I mean, you get your rule book. Some things are a little vague, some are not. But has there ever been a moment where you're going through tech and you're thinking, oh, man, I hope they don't look at this? Or is that just doesn't really happen?
I mean, I think any racer is, I mean, they'd be, if they're not pushing it to the limit, they're not trying, So, I mean, everything's probably as far as you think it can go to the rules, and just the way it is. But, there's not a lot of innovation. Like a few years ago in the National Late Model Series, there was a guy, Rumley had this deal. Davenport was racing for him. They won all these big money races. And they had kind of redesigned everything on the left rear. Well, now they kind of rewrote all the rules that kind of standardized how the suspension explains everything. This rod has to go here and here. So, I mean, basically, if you go walk through the pits and look at everybody's cars, to the naked eye, you're not going to see huge differences to the rear suspension. But the way the body's on the car and mounting locations, I mean, everybody's got their own tricks and whatever, So.
Now, do they still have, like the claimer deal where, say, I'm racing against Dustin Strand and I say, I think his motor's illegal. Is there anything, can they do anything about that? Because I've heard rumors this year of somebody not allowing that or not going through tech or something. But is that a possibility? Can people do that? Can they say, I think you cheated?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can protest another racer. They have a deal if you put up, I don't know what the dollar amount is, that they'll tear their motor down and measure everything and make sure it's legit or whatever, But that the claim deal kind of went away a lot of years ago. They actually, like in the modifieds is probably the class that the claim was the biggest in. And then they went to this deal where you could run a spec motor, they called it, where back when Dad was racing a lot, you could run a 406, but then they went to this, if you run a 360 and the spec motor, then they couldn't claim you, which kind of really screwed things up, because at that time you could build a $3,500 406 that ran good. Well, now you got to buy a $15,000 360 to run, now everybody's running 360. So.
Yeah. What do you run in the A-mod? What motor size is that?
That's a 360. Basically, the motor rules between the late model and the modified are really similar.
Okay, because it seems to me back in the day when we mentioned the Elliott Baker Memorial, I think we were running like a 377. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, look who's joining us. Chad Hoff, the other half of the Boring Boys.
Little late.
Got to love those conference calls, huh?
I was trying to end it, and you try to be polite by ending it, and it wasn't. It wasn't working. I just got one more question for you. Sure.
Yeah, okay. One more.
Always one more. So, I'm a little out of breath.
Well, you ran here.
I'm fat. I got cheating me.
We both got out of going to Devil's Lake this weekend.
Yeah. No COVID there.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I loved going to Devil's Lake, but I had plans for this weekend, so I was like, oh man, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then Heather texted me back yesterday, and
Parker has baseball camp this weekend, so I was like, I'll see what I can do, and I'll call you back. But
is that here in town?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Minnesota Twins are coming to town.
Oh, that's right.
Some of their guys are coming to town to do a baseball camp, so he's pretty pumped up.
How'd baseball season go?
First
year, right?
First full year, really well. Feels like we played like 90 games, but it wasn't that many.
Yeah.
But a lot of traveling. So yeah, I've traveled nonstop, and I just kind of want a vacation of my own, but we don't have time for that because baseball camp, and then all of a sudden school starts.
Sure.
So before you know it, we're back into school season again. So.
Yeah. See, our issue is we're looking for a place to go over the weekends, maybe bring the boat with and stuff. But what do you do with two pups? It's hard to do. I tried finding a cabin yesterday on the North Dakota side, and nobody takes dogs. But I did want to mention this quick before I lose track here. Kevin Pappenfuss says Brian told me that he always got a better deal in the swap on the claimer deal, or he always got a better motor. I guess that probably was true back then.
There was actually one time I can remember. He was always he was a really good racer. He was always running really good. But at one point, these guys were always, well, he's got this big motor and whatever. Well, they were building their own motors in the Quonset, you know.
Yeah.
And actually had one motor. He went out in the feature, and it was running on 7 cylinders. He come in the pits, and he thought one of the plug wires fell off. Well, it didn't. And I went back out, started last, and he ended up winning the feature that night on 7 cylinders. And after the race, the guy claimed him.
Oh.
And so he said, well, I want to hear that motor. Because you had a choice. You either let your motor go they give you 400 and no swap, or 200 and you get their engine. And so he walked over and he said, I want to hear that motor run. So that guy started it and he held it wide open. He said, yeah, I'll take that one. And he said, you want to hear my motor? No, we've heard yours run, Strand. So we pushed it back to the trailer. Won the next 4 nights in a row with the other guy's motor. He said that thing had way more power.
Wow. Wow.
And when it's done like that, it's probably fine that it's legit. But what some guys were doing, they'd go to the junkyard and get a motor and claim you know.
Sure.
But if it's a legit deal, then it's not bad.
I was listening on the way over. You guys talking about some cool stuff, but then when I came in, you guys were talking about like cylinder compression tests. So does that happen every time you get top 3? Do they go in? I mean, what happens on tech? Because a lot of fans don't know.
Right.
When you win, you have to get tech somehow. Do they tear that motor apart, and
No.
what do they do usually when they go tech you?
Like in the late model deal, really, they're not much, to tell you the truth.
Right.
They maybe come over and look at your rev limiter, and that's about it. But the B mod deal, probably the biggest thing is that rev limiter. You know, it kind of sucks to me that they even have that. They have all these different motor rules and no way to tech any of them.
Right.
And in my opinion, they should just get rid of that rev limiter altogether. Put everybody on a 2-barrel. That limits how much air and gas you're getting in the engine anyway.
that's
and let 'em
perfect.
race.
Yeah,
But
it's
now
across
they
the
got a
board.
deal. Some guys are running a 2-barrel and they don't have a rev limit rule because they're basically that carburetor on top's limiting that anyway. You're not going to turn it over 7,000 anyway.
Right.
But they have another rule where you can run a 4-barrel and an aluminum intake, but then you're limited to 6,200 RPM.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, that rev limiter can be unplugged.
Well, I think there's some of that going on, and that sucks because now if you're running a 4-barrel and running the same gears as the guys running a 2-barrel, you can go like a son of a gun.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Sure.
And then I just don't think they know how to look for it.
Yeah. I can remember back in the day, going back to the AMOD days again, we were very low budget. We'd build a new race trailer every year and then sell it at the end of the year and then build a new one for the next year. But we did all our body work. We made our own metal brake out of a road grader blade and some other things. We made our own bead roller and the whole bit. We used to build everything, but we blew up a motor one time up in Greenbush and went home the night before. It would have been Friday night or whatever before the races. We pulled the motor out of the guy's pickup truck, 350 Chevy, threw it in the race car, and went and raced. I think we got a top 5. Came back that night, took the motor out, put it back in the pickup so we could go to work all day. But I think those days are a little long gone, I think, now. We got a couple of more texts here. Let's see. Brian saw Dustin bicycling on the Greenway last Sunday.
I blew by him.
Yeah, I hope that's what he meant.
Yeah, that's what he.
Texted him.
Yeah, he ran me into the walls. Right.
Yeah, we don't want to say what he. Yeah, we don't want to say what he wrote, but I think it's meant I blew by him.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, Katie probably texted her dad, or you're like, "Come on, Dad, this is on Facebook World."
Yeah, did you see the picture of him? I suppose you didn't get to see it, did you?
Which one was that? I was just listening.
When he was had
I
the
don't think we need to relive that.
No, I got to watch on the way here. I was watching my phone and driving, but it was safe because I had my phone here. I was watching the wreck back in Ada, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's." You remember seeing him the next day? Did you see him the next day?
I called you, I believe, the next day, and I asked you for a picture, but I don't think you sent me one.
No,
I think I did see a picture.
I saw him.
Yeah, it was all kinds of ugly.
Wow, he was black-eyed and everything. I'm like, "Dude, you okay?" He goes, "You should see the other guy."
Yeah, I think I did see that.
Yeah.
What did the wife think about the black eyes and the not so model-esque looks after that?
No, I don't know.
Part of the deal?
You're saying this is better?
She's
or-
used to looking at me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It doesn't get much worse.
Yeah.
No,
Just
actually,
a better tan. Yeah.
I've been talking to Savannah a little bit over the last couple of days. I'm sure you probably figured that out, but she wasn't ever into racing before she met you, was she?
No, I don't think. I don't know if she'd ever been to a race. Really.
Yeah, and a lot of these girls, they kind of know what they're getting into when they meet a race car driver. But did she have any clue about how much you really are into this? Because it's your life, it's your living, it's how you raise your family, it's how you support your family. But did she have any inkling that you were really, with you and your dad were into it this heavy?
I don't know. I mean, she's was big into sports all her life. I mean, so she kind of knows that aspect of it. But no, I don't think she knew what she was getting into. But she's always been really good about supporting me and never been an issue that way.
I was driving by the camper, I think it was earlier this year, and they're all hollering at me. You had a big, the whole sea of orange was over there at the camper, and they're yelling at me to come and eat some food, come and try it. And I couldn't. I had just eaten, but God darn it, I wish I would have known that. Doogie says, tell Dustin to thank the wife for the squeaky toy for Ted. It's great how he plays with it all the time. Not annoying at all. Maybe the little payback.
Freaking squeaky toys.
You're dog people, aren't you?
Yeah, we just got a new puppy, actually. She's 4 months old now.
Yeah,
so.
What'd you get?
Boxer.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
We were talking about that last night on my deck. It's amazing when you go down to the pits, how many people have boxers. My niece and nephew, they just lost one boxer, but they've got another one, and now they want to get another one again. And it's like, God, what is it the deal with boxers? I got the Canadians texting. Good morning, John, Chad, Dustin, and the Bullring crew. Dustin's guys were in the campground with the Canadians. Good fun, good guys. Just curious, how many teams has Dustin built cars for? That's a great question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really should have kept better track of, the cars we've built over the years or whatever. But we really do have a good, really awesome group of people. We don't have, we're not really mass producing cars. We're building, maybe 6, 7 new ones at most a winter, along with all of our normal rebuild stuff and whatever. And but yeah, we have a really good group of guys.
So if a guy wanted one of your chassis, one of your cars, how long would they have to wait for it? I mean, if say they call you in the fall and say, I need a new ride for the spring, can we make this happen?
Oh yeah, usually, and usually what I try to do on a new guy is to get somebody to buy a used car first of one of mine. Basically, that way they're saving a little money, and we can kind of see if everything works together. Rather, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but yeah, normally if we know, October-ish or whatever, that's kind of when we try to plan and get a list together and kind of know how much we can get done and get it done for the spring.
I think the perfect thing about it too is when you look at Millennium Chassis as a whole, if something's going down, he'll drive the car.
Yeah.
He'll go on and fix it too. You've done that. I've seen you drive several different cars at Devil's Lake just to go drive it. It's like, okay, you're having issues. Let's go figure this out. Well, he's going to fix it. I told you, you don't want to get in a car because you're not sure what's going to happen. I heard that too. But he gets in it and you can actually try to diagnose what's going on, help him make it better. The customer service probably through the roof when you have the guy that builds the cars.
Yeah. Get out of there. Let me get in it.
Yeah. Well, Austin Hunter was one of them. He got mangled up at River Cities. And I get over there to check on Austin and everybody, and I look, and he can barely walk because his back was out. But he was walking around the car looking at it, seeing probably what you had to fix, I suppose. Yeah, so, he's right there to take a peek at it, see, okay, this might be down for a little bit, or we can have you up and running, you know. But, yeah, I barely could walk. The guy then he comes on a late model and just tears her up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, your back was messed up that night.
Yeah, it was. I could barely walk. And actually, we got Austin's car. He raced the next night in Greenbush. It was a lot of hours. We took it to the shop right after the race and worked on it till about 2, and then took a 4-hour nap and started again.
Wow. So do you have a bad back? Have you got back issues, or just one of those deals you tweaked it, or what?
Years, I think I just tweaked something. I don't. I've had issues on and off, but nothing. No chronic issues, I guess.
No surgeries in the future?
It was kind of funny. I'd been to the chiropractor quite a bit and whatever, and after that wreck in Ada last year, my wife was asking me, well, do you think is your back good? And I said, I think my neck and back's never felt better. I think it stretched everything into place.
That's something?
Maybe.
That's crazy.
Everything else hurts except my back.
I've heard that before too. Like when stuff like that happens, or if you have a fall, you get up like, I don't have any back pain. Like that's crazy. Like I wish I could go through that, but the thing on the front of my belly, that's the problem with my back, not my back itself. I don't think 2 surgeries. I should be good.
Yeah. Well, does your back bother you at all anymore?
All the time.
Yeah, mine still does
All the
occasionally,
time,
but not before I had the surgeries. Lacey says, "Woohoo, go Dustin!"
Yeah.
It's got to be pretty cool. When Chad had mentioned, Dustin, that there's times you'll help guys maybe jump in their car or whatever, and especially at Devil's Lake, you mentioned,
Yep.
but your chassis, the times I'm up there announcing, it seems like your chassis pretty much kick the crap out of everybody around there. That's got to be a good feeling when you see your cars winning, even if maybe it's not you in the car.
Oh, yeah.
But it's got to be a pretty good feeling.
Yeah, it is, and it's kind of fun. Some of the guys are, they're farmers, they're business owners. They don't really race a lot either, so it's fun for guys that don't race a ton to be able to do good and win races too, so.
That makes a big difference, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have guys maybe show up on a Friday morning and say, hey, this thing isn't quite ready yet for tonight. Can you just drop everything you're doing and work on this for a while? I bet you that happens a lot, doesn't it?
Fridays are crazy around the shop just because everybody's going racing and last minute. Racers are always last minute.
Yeah.
And myself as well.
Yeah.
But just reality of it. Everybody they're busy all week and all of a sudden, oh, it's Friday. We gotta go.
Yeah,
I saw one last week. You weren't at River Cities last week. You did some family time, which is cool. But I drove by your spot, usually where you park, and there was a 25 street stock there that we don't see very often anymore because he's got an A-mod. So Ryan Johnson was sitting. I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, he's driving an A-mod, trying to learn the A-mod stuff and doing really good in Greenbush. Finished second, I think, last weekend. But he's like, well, Dustin said I'm not coming down or something, or Austin said Dustin's not going to be here, so take his spot. So there he's parked, and I'm like, geez, that was and Brad Johnson, Ryan's dad, he's like, yeah, we just decided to come down this afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
So-
like, you sat this afternoon, Friday afternoon. Yeah, we're just gonna go racing.
Well, he was at my shop from about 3 to 5. So.
Yeah.
So do you try to get all your stuff done and loaded by Thursday then, knowing what Friday is going to bring? But also you say, race car drivers, they kind of procrastinate a little bit.
Well, that would be a good plan, but usually my car goes in the trailer about 5:30 on Friday.
Now,
That's perfect.
Do you, we had Mark Dobmeyer on a couple of weeks ago, and he said that this year they decided 1 week in a month is family time, going to the lake, doing whatever. Family time is a lot of time at the racetrack too, but are you kind of that guy too, or is it just race as much as you can all summer long because it's so short? I know that's hard with a family to be able to do that, but it's also hard to get away for a weekend. How do you balance that?
Well, I used to be that. I mean, that was the deal. If 3-4 nights a week had to go. If there was a race, I'm going.
Yep.
And we were wrapped up in the point deal and whatever. And I don't know, the last couple of years, and especially this year, I'm just kind of over that point deal. I mean, that kind of can take the fun out of things sometimes
Sure.
too. If you're trying to compete and things don't go good, and then you got to do good. And so we're just kind of racing when we can and doing what we can, I guess.
So does the cost, fuel, tires, all of this stuff that's gone up so high in the last year or two, I would imagine that's got to be a factor for some of these guys now that are deciding, you know what, I'm going to take 1 weekend a month off and we're going to go to the lake. I used to worry about, geez, I got to tow my boat. I got to fill everything up. I got to do this. It's going to cost me. But when you compare that to a night of racing, say 2 or 3 hours away, it's quite a bit of a difference now, isn't it?
Yeah, he don't pull his trailer slow either.
No.
Yeah.
No, I've been passed by him several times.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, that thing gets, if whether you're going 80 or 60, it gets
Same
it gets
gas
10
mileage.
regardless.
Yeah.
So,
wow, what the
put it on
heck?
floor.
Oh, it's amazing. And you know what's coming. I mean, I think it was last year or 2 years ago. We met at Simonson's. We're getting ready to go. He's buying Twizzlers and stuff, case of water for the guys, and they're feeling, I'm done. I'm just leaving. I must have been almost to Larimore, and I see this big black thing coming to my mirror, like just hauling the mail. And I'm like, who the hell? I'm like, no way. Like, he shouldn't be catching me. I'm going 75.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, just right next to me. And there you go. Just glasses on, just cruising it. And then you get there, and he beats me way early. Mm-hmm. And he's already, usually park in the back. And so he's already parked. Car's already out. And I'm just getting there with my backpack. Like, he hauls the mail.
Yeah.
So he doesn't, not only on the racetrack, but driving. Except for he's driving his old Chevy flat nose. Don't you have an old Chevy or
Yeah, I
GMC
do,
flat
yeah.
nose?
Yeah.
I see him driving around town with that. That's slow moving,
Yeah.
but everything else is pretty upbeat. Yeah.
You know, when we
See,
talk,
I see you everywhere. Yeah. It's weird.
I just see him when I run by a shop once in a while and
Right?
bug him. We were talking to Tyler Peterson last week, Dustin, and the tires came up. I remember when you unveiled the new A-Mod at the Racer Showcase at Home of Economy. You had American Racer tires on it.
Yep.
Does something got to be done about this whole tire issue? Because certain tires are hard to find. Certain tires, I mean, yeah, they are sponsored or they're, you know, they've got the contract through whatever. But what would you do if, I mean, do they need to change this whole tire thing, or are you okay with the way it is?
Well,
opened up a can of worms.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the right thing there is, because there's really not. They're all kind of in the same boat. You know, at one point it sounded like this brand had tires and these didn't, but everybody's kind of in the same boat. I don't know. I don't know what they could do different. You know, everything. I think everybody's just behind. And,
Are they hard to get?
yes and no. At the beginning of the year, they were really hard to get.
Yep.
And then they must have got somewhat. I don't think they're at full speed like where they were last year, but I think that they're maintaining halfway. You know, better than what I thought was going to happen at the beginning of the year. You know.
Why do you think? Why do you think Hoosier has different compounds for different classes?
Well,
do you
like
think we could?
Where we're racing, everybody's on the same compound.
Right,
One-
but they
one
get
compound.
IMCA compared
Yeah,
to Vizot.
that
I mean,
sucks.
that's.
Yeah.
I mean, if they standardize everything a little bit better,
Yeah.
I think if you do one thing and not worry about making, you see it every day. You make one size, make two sizes, make three sizes. Well, that size is a little bit back order because we got to make this size first.
Right.
If they
Well,
standardize it that way, would that be easier?
Oh yeah, for sure. And really, that's one thing that I think sucks in the modified world is IMCA came in a few years ago and into our area and took over 3-4 of the tracks that I normally raced at, Ada, Fargo, Jamestown, and the rules are just so different to have a Wissota. You can't legally race a Wissota car with IMCA, and you couldn't have a IMCA car and be competitive with Wissota.
Right.
You know, I wish they had a standardized set of rules, just like you're talking.
Yeah.
That
Well,
you
what-
want to go race, maybe you got to change your wing or whatever. But
Well, it makes it crazy because you're right. You split this freaking state in half.
right,
And then now that, and I'm not dogging IMCA because I used to announce IMCA, Minot, Williston, Dickinson area and stuff. But I think if they can standardize stuff, I think the competition would be different too.
Right.
I mean, you
We're
could-
going to get guys here that you hear about and read about all the time,
Yeah.
but you don't ever get to see them at your hometown track.
Right. So, and I agree. The rules for both classes are dramatically different.
And what is the big difference between IMCA and Wissota when it comes to a modified?
well, they're pretty much on a 604 crate motor. I mean, they do have a open motor rule, but if you want to be competitive, you got to be in that crate deal. And then there's just a lot of little things like tires are different. They're on a really hard tire, no wing, and then your shocks are different, and you got to have a stamped spindle. And I mean, there's enough parts where you can't just feasibly. Well, I'm
Sure.
gonna go race IMCA tonight because it ain't. You
You
ain't
can't even switch that over.
You can't just switch it
can't.
over.
The only thing you can do from when you look at not the modified side of things, but like if you change from a hobby stock IMCA to a street stock, it's like tires and gears, I think, is the biggest change for those two. And then you can go race a hobby stock IMCA, could go race with Zota street stock.
Yeah.
But you got to change that hobby stock because you have like a 205, 75, 15 car tire on a hobby stock. You got to move over to a Hoosier. And the beaters back in Minot did that. They'd race Saturday night or Friday night in Mandan because they had Wissota street stocks, and they take their hobby stocks down there and just switch everything over. Saturday, change gears, change tires, back Sunday night to the Nodak Speedway. So they do that all the time.
Sure.
It's easy for that. Oh, it's
Yeah.
still time consuming, but you can't take a modified and race them. It'd be awesome, I think, to see how people would stack up to race them together once. Wouldn't that'd be kind of cool to see, like, okay, because you never get to see them together, right? Put them at the bull ring. Wissota A-Mods versus modifieds in the IMCA.
Hey, yeah.
That'd
be a great. Who sanctions it? You know.
Well, yeah, you don't know who. You'd have to do it after everything, I think. You'd have
Right.
to do it in September, I suppose, because you can't have.
Well, the thing is, IMCA car wouldn't be competitive with a Wissota car.
Yeah,
I mean, but
be interesting.
Yeah.
especially if there was traction.
Yeah, sure.
If there's a little moisture in the track, that's the biggest difference right there.
Although they had that, I don't know if you remember a few years ago, they had that deal. I was right when IMCA first came in. They had like that King of the Hill deal with the modifieds. That was IMCA
Yeah.
modifieds. And I actually brought Austin Hunter's B mod to that deal. And we damn near won it. It come down to me and TPO in the last deal.
Really?
And, he ended up beating me. But yeah, so I think, really a Wasota B mod probably about the same speed as a IMCA A mod.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Just interesting topic. I mean, that's
I
just,
think so too. Couple of texts I want to say. Somebody says Chad is Mr. Incredible.
Producer Paul. Thanks,
Greg
buddy.
Zibbelman, you see him and his wife at the racetrack almost every Friday. I haven't even seen
Yeah.
the flat nose. Is it at the shop? I'd like to see it.
Yeah, it's
beautiful.
a square body. It's a 78
Okay.
Chevy C10.
Okay. So it's sitting there behind the shop or in front of it? Or?
I ain't telling. You gonna steal it or what?
Oh, no. He's a pretty good guy. He's a pretty good guy.
It's cool looking. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It turned heads.
We had Tyler Peterson on the show last week, and he made the comment to Brad Sang. He said, I don't know if Brad's watching the show or not, but tell him to bring A-Mods to River City Speedway every Friday night, and I would be there every Friday night. What are your thoughts? Because, you drive an A-Mod and a late model, but you build so many good B-Mods, too. What are your thoughts on something like that? Is there one class you prefer over the other, A-Mod or B-Mod?
Ooh. Is he gonna answer?
A-mod or
be-
late model, you mean?
A-Mod or late model?
Well, no, an A-Mod or a B-Mod. What would you rather see on a weekly show?
Oh, well, B-mods are my business. So
Well, that's why
as
I'm
far as
saying.
that end, yeah. But
Yeah.
Because I'm just wondering, would you race double duty then pretty much every Friday if that's what they did and had A-Mods here every week?
Nah, I don't know if I'd race two cars every night.
Mm-hmm.
No. I mean, really, the main reason I still have a late model is, the biggest reason is because IMCA split the modified world up.
Yeah.
And when you can race, for decent money, 6 blocks from your house.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
the late model, you can't. We got the equipment, so
Right.
that's what we're doing. But
If they wouldn't have split the mods up, the IMCA and Wasota, would you have ever gotten a late model?
I don't know for sure. At that point, they weren't probably split up when we first started the late model deal, but I was living over here and whatever, and kind of, they don't race A-mods in town here,
Yep.
Right.
But, I don't know. I like racing them both. They both have their moments, I guess.
I will tell you, it is different. We do have a great set of late model class here, but it is different not seeing the 71 out on the track. Just either you're ripping the high side, or you're diming the corner, or you're pushing your nose, just hugging that Ute tire so close. It's just so much action brought to you because you're searching for something, and when you find it, it's gone. Like you're on it. So it was a little different. To see that, because you're easily a top 5 finisher all the time, top 3. You're always pushing. So I'm glad you're running a late model. So
Yeah, me too.
that makes it so much fun for us to watch the best at our track. You know what I mean?
You being second generation racer, now you've got a daughter racing snowmobiles. We're going to probably get her on the show on
Which
a
is so
Nerdy
cool.
Thursday this winter. Do you want your kids, when they get older, do you want them to go into like the karts and maybe do some dirt track racing? Or I don't know if you're a sports fanatic, or are you the kind of dad that's going to just say, you know what, if my kid comes up to me and says, Dad, I'd really like to try this, say, okay. I know a lot of guys don't try to force their kids into racing just for the expense alone and things like that. But are you good with that if your kids want to grow up and be in race cars?
Oh yeah, if they want to try it, yeah, we'll do it. But I guess it'll just be up to them. I can't see like Cadence. We had her at the snowmobile races. Some she raced some this winter too. But she's not really into it much.
Yep. They're all different.
No, I'm done. I'm watching my iPad the rest of the night. I'm done racing.
Yeah. Well, when we had Dobmeyer on, he's got the 2 boys running karts, and the younger boy decided, Dad, I'm going to retire.
Yeah, Tornado.
So Tornado, yeah. So I don't know I don't think he's ran since. But Mark, he just says, hey, that's what they want to do. You can't force them. You can't force them to do it.
I love that.
And then and his 2 boys, they're not all alike. Your kids,
Right.
They could be completely different, and they are. Travis Strandell, I would like to see Dustin wheel a sprint car. You ever thought about doing that?
Well, actually, I was going to hot lap Nygaard's car one time. This was quite a few years ago, but when I sat in it, my head stuck out of the cage about 4 inches. So I didn't figure that was going to be a good plan.
I'm just wondering, are there any really tall, skinny sprint car drivers around here that you
I
can maybe
don't
fit in?
None besides Dobmeyer, maybe.
And we got another problem. My wife said if she knew, she'd walk out on the track and pull me out of it.
Really?
In front straightaway, yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's doesn't think they're as safe or what?
No.
Yeah. Well, it helps when you're surrounded by steel. I mean, yeah.
Well,
that would
yeah.
make a difference.
Yeah, I've worked on a few of them sprint cars. I wouldn't get in one of them Zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're pretty scary looking
I mean,
to me.
I got black and blue just running Dobmeyer Simulator at
Yeah.
Knoxville. I should have
stuff.
gotten the fat guy seat, but I said, no, I can fit in that skinny seat.
Yeah.
And I got so black and blue from
Moving.
hitting the cushion so hard at Knoxville that I
Yeah.
have black and blue marks. But, yeah, I mean, but, you know, those seats, you're basically wrapped up.
Travis said you'd fit in his.
I think that's
Tell
an
them to get it
invite.
ready.
I think that's an invite.
But wait, Savannah's still watching.
Don't tell my wife.
Yes.
We got to remember, remind me
Yep.
to show you that picture before you leave.
Okay.
It was a pretty good pic of him. Did you know how much he loves camping?
No, I don't know how much he loves
Yep.
camping.
I don't think he does.
Oh,
Here's how this all worked. We're fishing last night on the river.
Yeah.
And we're fishing league. And the bite was bad for a while. So I thought, well, I'm going to text Savannah and say, hey, you know, off the record here, if you got any really good pictures of him. And so she tells me the story of how bad he hates camping.
yeah.
So then she shows me a picture of him where he had to get up in the middle of the night because he forgot to take the awning down, and we got one of those late night storms where it was like a tornado out.
Yeah.
He's out there trying to take this down, and he says he had underwear on. And when she said, make sure you send or you show the G version or whatever it was, I thought, well, I never got to see the other version, so
That would
maybe
be
that's
totally-
a good thing.
That
but
would totally be me out there too.
that
I'd be
was,
so pissed.
like, did you have any idea we were going to do that to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No.
okay though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's going to pay for that.
Hey, you know, when we do Racer Wives series again, I'm probably going to be texting you, hey, Dustin, you got any
Yeah.
good pictures?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So, Savannah, be aware, all right? Crocker. Croker's pretty tall. That's according to Greg.
According to Greg.
Yeah, Travis, I got
You
a tall
guys,
straight. Yeah.
his wife says no. I mean, happy wife, happy life.
Yep. Or send her on a camping trip, and then maybe you could do it. I know you're a busy guy. We thank you for coming in. Anything you want to wrap up with? Oh, chance for you now. Thank your sponsors. I know you got a bunch of them.
Yeah, we got a lot of great people that help us out and really couldn't do it without them. Daryl and Missy with Walhalla Building Center.
Oh, look at this cheat sheet. I love it. I love it.
You got to have them.
Hunter's a Key Weight and Truck Service. Scott Bentz with RHR Swag. Miller Motivation. Q&Z Plumbing and Heating. Nostad Acres. Bemidji Welders Supply. Novacek Honey Farms. VP Race Fuels. Generations Salon. Double Deuce Bar and Grill and Car Grain Service. We got a lot of great people that help us out on and off the track and support and
Oh, yeah.
and my guys in the pits, Nate and Timmy and my dad. And honestly, I wouldn't keep doing it if those guys didn't continue to push me and want to do it. So.
Yeah, they seem they got drive to compete. I mean, they're
Right.
always there. They're always looking at tires. I mean, they're on it. So great crew.
I think some nights they're into it harder than I am.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
it takes good people. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
you have a good crew with you beside you
Sure.
to push. So that's awesome.
So, have you ever thought about when you might stop driving and just keep building? Or are you one of those guys that says, when it's not fun anymore?
Yeah, I guess both.
Mm-hmm.
I actually a couple weeks ago I told my wife, I said maybe it's time for me to quit racing full time and just race a little bit here and there. Well, she must have told Paisley that. Well, she came to the shop. Well, Dad, if you retire, then you're gonna have to retire from your job. We're not gonna have any money. Good point.
You're a smart one.
Funny how women think, isn't it?
She's 7.
Yeah. And that's part of it too. When the kids get older and they love watching the race, you see them I see them at the racetrack with Savannah, and they're always smiling. I mean, they love watching you race just as much as everybody else, and they're your biggest fans. So to say that you're going to quit racing and you look at your kids, you know, your two daughters, like, we're probably going to slow her down. Dad's going to, no, you're not.
Yep.
Like,
Before you know it, they'll be grooving tires and doing whatever in the pits.
It's Friday night, Dad. We
Yeah.
have to go.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good luck this weekend. I'm glad that you're going to be doing double duty tomorrow. I know it's going to be a lot of work for you this whole
Yeah, I
weekend.
think it's only supposed to be like 96, so it should be pretty cool.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
Yeah. Hey, you should be fat like him and I.
Oh.
It's a lot harder on us fat guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I sweat just
I don't know.
screaming in a
I
microphone.
think I'm catching up. I told Nate last week when I was belting in my seat. I think I'm getting fatter. Maybe I was.
Yeah.
You know, I had to wiggle in there a little
Oh,
bit.
jeez. Yeah, you're just fat as heck, man.
Whatever. Whatever.
What do you weigh?
Yeah.
About $130?
Oh no, I'm close to 200.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you're like 6'11".
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember 200. That was in 8th grade. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I don't remember that. Sorry I got here late, guys. Dude, thank you for coming, and I appreciate
well,
it.
Thank you for
Yeah.
coming. We didn't think you were.
I know, right? Neither did I for a little bit.
Well, you got to come for about 20 minutes worth.
That's for a stressful day we're having and how busy we are. It's nice to get away and kind of just relax a little bit. So this has been fun.
Yeah, and I know you're busy too, man, and both of you guys, and we can't appreciate you guys coming in here enough. Thank you, and looking forward to hollering your name a couple of different times tomorrow night. That should be a great time.
There you go.
Well, there you go. Dirty Thursday brought to you by River City Speedway with Dustin Strand. And, of course, Rumor Sports Bar and Casino been a big supporter of Dirty Thursday here ever since we started this thing. Where do you even start with Rumor Sports Bar and Casino? If you're a sports nut like me, well, that's a good start. Wall-to-wall TVs. Watch the Twins. They got the Gretzky whatever tournament going on right now. You can even go watch some hockey with some of these youngsters from the United States. Home of the world-famous Beer Tower. Their charitable gaming is incredible. You can go bet on the horses. And I haven't even talked about their food yet. They've got express lunches. They've got dinner specials. They've got all kinds of specials going on all the time. Rumor's also looking to hire some part-time servers and cooks. You can stop in to find out more. And also would like to give a heads up to help support Grand Forks Best Source. You can check out the donate link at the top of the GFBestSource.com website or in the About section on our Facebook page. Now, you know, every donation helps us out with overhead costs. Please donate as little as much as possible. And you know what? Leaving Grand Forks Best Source a review on your favorite podcast is another great way to help support GFBS. So give us a good review on our favorite podcast app. And we thank each and every one of you for making us part of your day and your support. And again, thanks to River City Speedway. We will see Dustin Strand tomorrow night doing double duty here at the world-famous legendary Bull Ring. Hey, if you got any good show ideas, maybe a special interest story or just a good story about a good person, or maybe you're in a band or something, reach out to us. You can email us at local@gfbestsource.com. Hey, I tell you what, catch Monty, Bill, and the rest of the crew tonight at 6:30. The Best Forking Sports Arena show is on. You guys all have a great night. I'll catch you all in the morning. Remember to like, share, tag, and follow us. Hit that notification bell on your smartphone. Become a patron on Podbean to win some cool stuff. Grand Forks is a wonderful place. Grand Forks Best Source is giving it an identity again.